This is Cardano zoomed out on the weekly. If you're a long-term holder, especially in terms of ADA, you might understand this story that's been playing out. A lot of people in crypto, not just Cardano, saying this is the worst bear market that we've ever seen. Hit the comments below and let me know if you agree with that or not. I want to give my perspective, my opinion on this, and I'm going to use these zoomed out ADA charts to kind of display, I guess you could say, what I'm thinking in relation to that. We're also going to zoom in on the charts, talk about the shorter term structure, price movements in terms of ADA, what's going on since this dip that we had on the 17th. Going to break it down. Before we do that though, I do want to pivot to this article that came out. Just saw it a little bit ago. Cardano regains top development activity slots. This is a big deal. So hit the like button out there. If you're watching this video, your support means a lot to me. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber, because we really are, especially at this stage of the cycles. We're just getting started, everybody. This is what we have going on. A noteworthy shift occurred as Cardano surged ahead in GitHub development, overtaking the previously leading projects. This development surge for Cardano could be attributed to various factors, such as the completion of significant milestones. That is huge. The implementation of key upgrades and the growing interest from developers. I tweeted a little bit earlier today. I said, it took a little longer than some chains, but the technical soundness of Cardano is what sets it apart. And as a value investor, this tweet is kind of how I'm thinking. And even this article is exciting to me. And the development activity with Cardano is exciting to me as a value investor. We're going to just discuss why. It's already a blue chip powerhouse, and we're not even in a bull market. Just wait until an overwhelming amount of value pours into the chain. ADA is a top hold. And that's kind of my point. And that's been really a majority of my thesis, right? That is to say, yeah, Cardano is taking a little bit longer in terms of building, but it's the soundness that is there now, right? In terms of security and scalability. It's going to allow a way stronger macro picture of growth and value coming on chain. And why would value come on chain? Because builders will be building on chain. The article goes on. Cardano's ascent could also be attributed to its emphasis on research-driven development and a rigorous peer-reviewed approach, which might have fostered more technical contributions. The platform's focus, here we go, on scalability, security, and sustainability could have resonated with developers looking to contribute to a robust and forward-looking blockchain ecosystem. This is why I like Cardano so much. This is why if you're going to, or if I'm going to invest in an altcoin, for instance, this blue chip has so much upside in my view. There's a lot of risk with all of crypto, but I think it's such a nice balanced risk, at least for my appetite. That's why I like Cardano. I think it's going to pay off. That's just my opinion. And that is all this is. This is me sharing with you my journey. This is kind of my thought on Cardano. Don't get me wrong. I'm invested in higher risk profile type of cryptos. I don't mention them. And we're talking crazy low cap coins, right? Whether it's on Cardano or on, base chain, which just launched. I'm doing that whole thing, right? But those are so high risk in my view. And when it comes to a longer term investment approach, for me in crypto, Cardano is a big piece of that story. Many of you know that. So I just wanted to mention that. And this development activity is it's just such a nice insight in terms of what is happening on chain, what is happening with Cardano in this crypto winter. So we're going to pivot to the charts. Before we do, I want to just give a nice special shout out to our sponsor of the video, a longtime sponsor, Genius Yield, the all-in-one DeFi platform that combines concentrated liquidity DEX with an automated yield optimizer. I'm really happy to have this team as a sponsor of Crypto Capital Venture, because guess what? They've proven themselves. They've built through the bear market. And I want to just go over a couple things in this video in terms of what they have going on right now. Project Catalyst, Fund 10. They got it going on. They have three things happening right now. First, options trading platform on Cardano. Options provide leverage to traders and play an essential role in stabilizing and maturing financial markets. Number two, cross-DEX order aggregator connects liquidity across DEXs to increase efficiency, decrease volatility, and offer arbitrage opportunities. And then number three, Atlas 2.0, a new and improved Plutus application backend, which this is huge, that will help developers create dApps on Cardano fast and easy. That's just something that Cardano needs, right? And there are people building all across the ecosystem, and I've seen Genius Yield continue to build and deliver. And it's not just Genius Yield. Their team also behind Genius X, right? An accelerator program And you can just see some of these accelerator projects that they've launched or are launching, and some of them you might recognize. And to have a project that has just built through this bear market in any ecosystem, I'm saying this as a recruiter. I run my own recruiting firm. We recruit for startups. I'm always telling candidates, hey, for this particular client, maybe they've been building through the bear market. That is one of the most impressive things for me as just a founder of a recruiting firm, to see the difference of those that can make it through a bear market and those that just haven't. And Genius Yield has truly just done an awesome job building. And if you want to get some more information in terms of their Fund 10 proposals, I just came across this. This was Cardano over coffee yesterday, discussing with them their Catalyst Fund 10. So give them a follow on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a link in the description. You can play this recording, hear more about what they got going on, and just thank you. Special shout out to Genius Yield for sponsoring Crypto Capital Venture. It really, truly does mean a lot to me. This is Cardano zoomed out on the weekly. Now, right off the bat, a lot of people in crypto are just like, this has been the most brutal bear market. My first thought kind of has been, it feels like it. It always does feel like it's worse, right? But my first thought is kind of, has it really been? Is this the worst bear market? If you just take a glimpse at the chart, bear market, less bear market, it doesn't look really that much different. So what I did was like, I need to find out, like from a data perspective, is it worse? How much worse? So from the top of the 2018 bear market to this red box, and I'm using this red box because this is kind of what we're using as just this timeline identifier that allows us to see what part of the cycle are we in right now compared to the last cycle, right? And so entering that red box, we're looking at 609 days from the top of the bull market to that box. Now, from the top of this bull market to the box, 693 days. So I guess technically it's been worse, right? It's been a little bit longer in terms of this red box beginning to where the top was. But I'll say this, if you look at the top of the bull market over here in 2018 to the bottom, that's 98% dip. And if we actually go to the red box to kind of where we are right now in the red box, we can see Cardano down like 97%. And what are we down right now? From the top of the last bull market to where we are right now, 92%. So now we have a little bit different perspective. Is it really worse? We're not even down as much. Now, 90% plus to the downside, especially if you're new in crypto, you're probably like, dude, what? This game of crypto, this doesn't seem normal. And why is Dan talking about 90% losses like it's normal and good? This is crypto cycles. Crypto's tank and bear markets, and it's a matter of managing your portfolio and risk appetite throughout these cycles, right? And that's a whole nother video, but this is what Cardano looks like. It is 100% just doing almost exactly what it did last cycle. And I just really wanted to point that out. I don't see it being any worse at all. And if anything, from a price range perspective, it's actually doing better than it was at this point at the last cycle, down 97% at this point last cycle. But imagine being here. Imagine being here, just hanging out, being like, I wonder what's next for Cardano at 4 cents. We're down after hitting $1, right? And then the bull market. There are people out there that will think, you know what? I get 100% the opportunity of how undervalued Cardano is right now. And I get the fact that it is so eerily similar of a cycle. And I get the opportunity that we may actually repeat what we just did, not just in Cardano, but throughout the cycles of all cryptos. I get the opportunity. I get it. It makes sense to me. And there's just some people out there that just, whether they hate ADA and it's only ADA or just crypto in general, they don't see this. For me, I see it clearly. And my challenge has been just kind of trying to deliver content that just illustrates it, what I see. Because I think I sometimes realize, man, what I see is probably so different than a lot of people. Like, I see this entire move as so bullish. And I think most people actually would look at this and be like, wow, what a failure. I'm not even going near that. I'm not even touching that. So I'm just trying to deliver the way that I see these charts. And it's not to convince anybody of anything. I don't care if people are out there buying ADA or not. That's not my job. That's not what I'm doing in this video. I am not trying to shill ADA. I'm just really covering my journey as a crypto person, and that's what I've been doing on this YouTube channel. Obviously, ADA a big part of it. So that's zoomed out. Are we in a worse type of cycle? To me, it doesn't really seem like it, and I think it's a very good thing. Going over to the daily chart, here's what we have going on. Unfortunately, we have still, since we kind of saw this collapse the other day on the 17th, we've still been yet to test the 20 or 50-day moving averages. On the daily chart, obviously, I'm always looking for structure, always looking for setups. But on the daily chart, I'm mainly always looking to see when are we going to break above the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. Obviously, the 200 is such a big area as well. The 200-day moving average around 34 cents right now. If you look at this bear market, check it out. ADA really hasn't spent much time above that area at all. We had this move all the way back here in April. It got above it for a brief time, consolidated to it, testing support, and then the SEC stepped in and ruined that party. Still waiting and tracking the story to get above these moving averages. It starts with the 20, it starts with the 50, and they are right above where ADA is right now. We're looking at the 20 around 28.5 cents, the 50-day moving average around 30 cents. We go to the 6-hour chart. This is where we start kind of seeing, all right, here's what's developing on the short term. This is what we're waiting for. And I'm actually going to use a video from 4 days ago just to set the context for this next piece of the analysis. So check it out. This was right, I think, day of the huge sell-off. I think this was on the 17th. Yes. So let's check it. Once a target is hit for ADA on the shorter term, this target being hit, it's always nice to kind of evaluate, well, if we pull back to this lower trend line now, do we start getting new structure? It's around 26, 27 cents, closer to 27 cents. Can ADA bounce its way back into that falling channel, start forming new structure? I'll just stop it right there and we'll go look at what happened. And I'm sure when I was doing that video, I was truly hoping. We talk about the pullback all the time. We get the bounce to the downside, hit the target, the pullback to the trend line, and just look at the perfect resistance, everybody. How often does this happen? If you've been watching technical analysis videos that I've been doing on Bitcoin, Cardano, any other crypto, how often do these things happen? This isn't a coincidence. This is why technical analysis works, to anticipate these resistance areas. When I talked about the move, I truly was just hoping we would break back in. And why is that? Because if we go to the daily chart, that's what we're looking at. It's the 20-day moving average around 28.5 cents, 50-day around 30. We go to the 6-hour, 28.5 cents. We're looking at all the way up here, 30 cents. We're looking at above just the entire structure that we broke to the downside, right? So I'm really always just waiting for that move to the upside. One thing I just want to mention, as Cardano's trading right now on the 6-hour, if you look at this, there's a bit of bullish divergence happening. That is to say, we have this swing low, the close of the candle right here, right around 25.5 cents. And we just had another 6-hour candle close below that area. While that's happening, we have a higher low on the RSI. It's a slower moving RSI on the 6-hour. So we kind of have a higher low, and we have a lower low. It's kind of some bullish divergence. So the thing I'll be waiting for ADA is to see if this trend line gets tested once again. I would really just say 27 cents or so is kind of this key resistance area for Cardano. And then obviously if it can get through that area, all I'm watching for, obviously always looking out for structure, but it's really the 20-day moving average around 28 cents, 28.5 cents to 30 at the 50-day moving average. That rectangle right there. I just want to see ADA test that area. I don't know if ADA will see resistance there. I want to see it test it, and I want to see if we can break above, and then we'll have a new narrative of analysis, I guess we can call it. But for now, it's just a matter of just letting ADA consolidate, do its thing. That's what we talked about in that last clip that you just saw. So we get to move to the downside, bounce to the upside, coming back down to the downside, and now we're starting to finally get that structure, right? And so what will happen as Cardano continues to consolidate? Are we going to break down, a new leg down, or are we going to finally break up and start testing this exact resistance channel that I am very keenly awaiting? That's what I'm watching on Cardano in the short term. But either way, zoom out on the charts, because the fundamentals for Cardano, I just think, are so strong. And I'm excited for the next cycle. Even though we have some months to go, I'm excited. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.